Disclaimer: the following story and its characters are entirely fictional and crafted for entertainment purposes only. Frozen Echoes, Mason's Mystery Tales. In the heart of Lincoln, New Hampshire, a seasoned detective named Mason Sinclair navigated the wintry landscape with purpose. Known for his uncanny ability to untangle even the most perplexing mysteries, Mason's tall figure was wrapped in a heavy coat as he strode along the quiet sidewalks. The air held a crisp chill, heralding the arrival of winter, and snowflakes danced gracefully from the sky, blanketing the town in a pristine white. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a soft glow over the picturesque town, Mason's resolute gaze spoke of his determination. With countless investigations under his belt, he had honed the delicate art of piecing together clues, combining hard evidence with instinct. The townsfolk often marveled at how Lincoln's quaint charm hid its fair share of enigmatic stories, buried beneath the veneer of cozy cafes and boutique shops. Lincoln had a way of balancing its serene allure with a palpable undercurrent of secrets, known only to those who sought them out. Tonight, the atmosphere carried a certain anticipation, as if the snowy streets held their collective breath, bracing for the revelation of yet another captivating tale. Mason's presence seemed to amplify this sense of imminent discovery, as if the very air crackled with the promise of uncovering hidden truths. Under the emerging stars, the town's essence shifted from a charming facade to a potential canvas for a new chapter in Mason's storied career. The coming days would undoubtedly demand his full attention and skill, guiding him along a path that intertwined with the intricacies of human emotions and the dance of concealed histories. As each step resonated with the echoes of untold narratives, Mason Sinclair was poised to unravel the frost-laden echoes of Lincoln's mysteries. As dawn broke over the snow-covered landscape of Lincoln, a chilling discovery shattered the tranquility that had enveloped the town. On a winding hiking trail nestled amidst the tall pines, a stark and haunting sight awaited. The body of a person, frozen in the embrace of winter, lay motionless against the pristine backdrop. News of the grim discovery rippled through the community like a shockwave, awakening a sense of unease that contrasted starkly with the picturesque surroundings. Panic and whispered speculation spread among the residents, as the realization settled in that their idyllic town was now touched by tragedy. As the town's first responders arrived at the scene, it became clear that this was no ordinary incident. The unnatural stillness of the frozen figure seemed to echo the eerie silence that hung over the trail. Recognizing the complexities of the situation, the local law enforcement made a call that would forever alter the course of this winter day. Mason Sinclair received the call at his office, the urgency in the voice of the town's police chief underscoring the gravity of the situation. With a quiet sense of purpose, he gathered his coat and headed out into the crisp morning air. As he arrived at the trailhead, the scene before him was both haunting and sobering. Yellow police tape cordoned off the area, and officers moved with deliberate precision, their breath visible in the frigid air. Mason's eyes narrowed as he assessed the situation, his mind already sifting through the possibilities. He had seen his fair share of crime scenes, but the cold and unforgiving environment added a layer of complexity to the investigation that would test even his seasoned skills. As the town's community clung to a collective sense of shock, Mason Sinclair began to weave together the fragments of evidence and observation, seeking the truth that lay hidden beneath the ice and snow. In the heart of Lincoln's winter, a mystery had taken root, and it was Mason's unrelenting determination that would ultimately reveal the secrets that had been buried in the frozen landscape. In the days that followed the discovery on the hiking trail, Lincoln found itself gripped by a mixture of sorrow and apprehension. The identity of the frozen victim remained a puzzle, a question that lingered in the minds of residents like an unspoken chill. With each passing day, the snow seemed to whisper secrets that remained just out of reach. Mason Sinclair immersed himself in the investigation, his commitment undeterred by the biting cold that seemed to seep into his bones. Collaborating closely with the local law enforcement, Mason dug deep into the victim's past, determined to uncover the truth that lay beneath the surface. As the threads of evidence unraveled, a portrait of the victim began to emerge, a person with connections that stretched beyond Lincoln's boundaries. The web of potential motives and relationships grew intricate, painting a complex picture of the victim's life. Mason meticulously pieced together information, mindful of the fact that every detail could lead him closer to the heart of the mystery. In the midst of his pursuit, Mason found an unexpected ally in Officer Emily Sanchez, a dedicated and sharp-witted member of the Lincoln Police Department. Emily's familiarity with the town's dynamics and her insights into the local community proved invaluable as she aided Mason in navigating the labyrinth of Lincoln's secrets. Their partnership blossomed in the quiet corners of the town's cafes and within the walls of the police station. Emily's determination and keen intuition complemented Mason's seasoned investigative skills, creating a synergy that propelled the investigation forward. As they exchanged theories and followed leads, a bond formed that transcended the bounds of mere collaboration. The frozen landscape that had once seemed unforgiving began to thaw under their persistent efforts, revealing fragments of a story that stretched beyond the borders of Lincoln. Together, Mason Sinclair and Officer Emily Sanchez wove their way through the twists and turns of the investigation, guided by their shared commitment to uncovering the truth hidden amidst the winter's chill. The hiking trail that had once been a serene path for nature enthusiasts now bore the weight of a chilling mystery. Mason Sinclair's footsteps crunched through the snow-covered ground as he ventured along the same route where the victim had been discovered. The bitter cold gnawed at him, and the biting wind seemed to carry with it whispers of the unknown. Navigating the icy terrain was no small feat, each step demanding caution and resilience. Mason's breath formed white clouds in the frigid air, and his boots left deep impressions in the snow as he followed the path that had been the last journey for the victim. The tranquility of the surroundings seemed to amplify the sense of unease that had settled over the investigation. As he ventured deeper into the winter landscape, Mason's sharp eyes picked out subtle details that spoke volumes. The untouched snow held secrets, tracks that painted a story of movements and interactions. His gloved fingers brushed against a broken branch, a sign that the victim might not have been alone on this journey. The trail itself seemed to come alive with echoes of a struggle that had occurred amidst the cold stillness. Each clue he discovered was a brushstroke in the canvas of the investigation, a mosaic of possibilities that stretched out before him. The icy grip of the landscape mirrored the tight grip of the mystery itself, each element connected by an invisible thread. Mason's determination only intensified as he pieced together the puzzle, knowing that every revelation brought him closer to the truth. The journey along the trail was as much a battle against the elements as it was a battle against time. With every step, the layers of the mystery began to peel away, revealing fragments of a story that begged to be told. Mason's relentless pursuit led him deeper into the heart of the frozen landscape, where the answers to the victim's fate awaited, buried beneath layers of snow and secrecy. The quaint streets of Lincoln, New Hampshire, were cloaked in a chilling hush as Mason Sinclair embarked on a series of interviews that would serve as windows into the enigmatic world behind the victim's demise. The town's pulse was a mixture of intrigue and unease, its residents shifting between sorrow for the tragedy that had unfolded on their doorstep and curiosity about the secrets that might be unearthed. Amidst the backdrop of a frost-kissed landscape, Mason's footsteps crunched through the snow-covered paths that led him to his next destination. Each door he knocked on held the potential to reveal a new layer of the story, an additional brushstroke on the canvas of a complex mystery. The air held a tangible tension as he engaged with the townspeople, peeling away the surface to explore the undercurrents of their emotions and relationships. One interviewee, Sarah Jensen, was a close friend of the victim. Her eyes were pools of grief tinged with confusion as she recounted, "We were inseparable, you know? But there was something different about her lately. She seemed excited yet anxious, like she was carrying a weight." The words hung in the air, leaving behind a sense of unspoken thoughts and the possibility of hidden motives. Sarah's description painted a picture of a person caught between conflicting emotions, dancing on the edge of revelation. Mason's intuition whispered that her insight could hold a crucial piece of the puzzle. In contrast, the encounter with Dr. Richard Grant, a local physician with a connection to the victim, had a different flavor. His gaze held a touch of reservation as he explained, "Yes, I knew her through professional channels. She had visited my clinic a few times, but we never ventured beyond that." The doctor's words seemed carefully measured, leaving room for interpretation. Mason's trained eye caught the subtle shifts in Dr. Grant's expressions, the twitch of a muscle, the hesitation in his voice, suggesting there might be more beneath the surface, details that remained obscured. With each interview, Mason delved deeper into the community's tapestry of relationships, motives, and emotions. The canvas he was painting began to take shape, a mosaic of human interactions colored by shades of grief, suspicion, and confusion. The frozen landscape of Lincoln held within it a story that was as complex as the ice-covered trails he tread upon, and Mason's role was to navigate through its intricate passages to reveal the truth that lay hidden beneath the layers of snow and secrets. As the frigid winds whispered through the streets of Lincoln, Mason Sinclair's relentless pursuit of truth led him to unveil the hidden facets of the town's intricate web of relationships. With each layer he peeled back, he exposed conflicts and animosities that had festered beneath the surface like roots in the frozen soil. The interviews led him to a collage of whispered grievances and long-standing tensions, hinting at a community that was far from the idyllic portrait it initially presented. The hushed conversations and guarded glances unveiled a canvas of complex emotions, painting a picture of a town where resentments had woven themselves into the very fabric of its existence. As Mason delved further, he stumbled upon a revelation that sent ripples of shock through the investigation. The victim had been entangled in a controversial business deal, one that had simmered in the background like an ember awaiting the right moment to ignite. The possibility of financial gain had clashed with ethical considerations, igniting disputes and animosities that reached far beyond the picturesque facade of Lincoln. The realization that the victim's ties to this controversial deal could be the motive for murder sent a chill down Mason's spine. The town that had once seemed serene and innocent now held the shadows of greed and desperation. The frost-covered landscape had become a reflection of the icy hearts harboring motives that had culminated in a tragic end. Mason's footsteps crisscrossed the town's paths as he navigated through this labyrinth of hidden conflicts and buried resentments. The weight of the secrets he uncovered settled upon him like the layers of snow that blanketed Lincoln, hinting at a storm brewing beneath the surface. With each new discovery, Mason's resolve to unravel the truth grew stronger, a beacon of determination shining through the darkness of deceit that had shrouded the town. Amid the winter's embrace in Lincoln, Mason's investigation took an unexpected turn that led him down a path of historical intrigue. With each revelation, the frost-covered town seemed to release echoes of the past, intertwining with the present in a dance of enigmatic clues. The threads of his inquiry led Mason to an astonishing discovery. The victim had been engrossed in researching a decades-old, unsolved disappearance, a mystery that had haunted the town like a specter of unanswered questions. The revelation opened a door to a bygone era, inviting Mason to explore the layers of history that lay beneath the surface. In a secluded corner of the local archives, Mason unearthed a series of old letters and diary entries, inked by hand and carrying whispers from generations long gone. The letters chronicled the life of a woman whose fate had been shrouded in mystery, her presence fading into the annals of time. The diary entries held the musings of a soul in search of answers, a voice that had once cried out to be heard. As Mason delved into these artifacts of the past, he felt a connection to the echoes of long-forgotten lives. The pages exhaled the scent of nostalgia, their words a bridge to an era when the town of Lincoln had been a different place altogether. The old-fashioned cursive handwriting painted images of a time when secrets were tightly held, when society's norms dictated the boundaries of existence. The letters and diary entries hinted at hidden connections, weaving a tapestry of relationships that transcended time. Mason's fingers traced the delicate ink strokes, unraveling the web of connections that spanned across decades. Each letter and entry was a brushstroke on a canvas of history, a puzzle piece that hinted at the intertwined fates of those who had walked these streets before. With each word he read, Mason felt the weight of a town's forgotten stories pressing upon him. The past was a silent witness to the present, and the clues he uncovered were frozen fragments of a narrative waiting to be pieced together. As the frost-covered landscape outside mirrored the chill that had pervaded the unsolved mysteries of the past, Mason realized that his journey was no longer confined to the present. He was now a traveler through time, navigating the icy trails of history in search of the truth that had eluded both eras. Mason's persistent pursuit of truth carried him through the intricate labyrinth of Lincoln's mystery. A pivotal connection he unearthed sent ripples of intrigue throughout the course of his investigation. The past and present had merged in a way that defied mere chance, as he unraveled a link between the victim and a figure from their own history. This figure had emerged from the shadows, casting an unsettling shadow over the town's serenity. The victim's history was a mosaic of relationships, some robust and others frayed by the passage of time. Mason meticulously examined each thread, tracing their contours with precision. The more he delved, the more it became evident that the motives shaping the events leading to the frozen body were far more intricate than he initially surmised. These relationships, like pieces of a complex puzzle, held the keys to understanding the bigger picture. Friends, acquaintances, rivals, each individual had played a role in shaping the victim's journey. Mason's determination to comprehend how these roles intertwined and coalesced into the convoluted motives fueling the tragedy grew stronger with each interview and record scrutinized. As he walked through snow-laden streets, Mason pieced together the fragments of these intertwined lives. His goal was to decipher the motives that had driven individuals to act in ways that culminated in a fatal outcome. With every revelation, he saw the evolving mosaic of emotions, desires, and choices that lay at the heart of the matter. The snow-covered landscape of Lincoln had transformed into a canvas where the intricacies of human emotions intertwined and clashed. The more Mason delved, the more he realized that comprehending the motives behind the victim's demise was akin to unlocking a treasure trove of untold stories. This went beyond solving a crime. He was unraveling a tapestry woven from lives and emotions that had determined the unfolding of events. Mason's relentless pursuit of truth had led him to a point of critical confrontation. The culmination of his efforts converged on the figure of Alex Turner, a name that resonated with a past fraught with complications. Turner, a former business partner of the victim, stood at the crossroads of motives and secrets that had festered beneath the surface of Lincoln's seemingly serene exterior. The confrontation between Mason and Turner was an electric exchange charged with tension. It was a moment that bore witness to the weight of truth and the pressure of years of deception. As the two stood face to face, the atmosphere seemed to crackle with the unresolved emotions that had fueled the tragic events leading to the frozen body on the hiking trail. Turner's demeanor was a complex blend of defiance and vulnerability. In the midst of Mason's relentless questioning, layers of the past were peeled away to reveal the core of the motives that had ultimately driven him to commit murder. The chilling truth was unveiled like a hidden gem, one that had been buried beneath years of silence, lies, and grievances. As the narrative unraveled, the pieces fell into place, a mosaic of jealousy, betrayal, and desperation. Turner's involvement in a controversial business deal had paved the way for his descent into a world of deceit and treachery. His connection with the victim, coupled with the resurfacing of past conflicts, had catalyzed a sequence of events that climaxed in tragedy. The confrontation served as a cathartic reckoning, a moment where the tightly woven threads of motive and action were laid bare. Mason's unyielding pursuit of the truth had led him to a precipice of revelation, where the enigma that had shrouded the case was cast aside, leaving behind the raw, unadulterated truth. As the weight of Turner's confession settled in, the implications reverberated through the frozen town, leaving a chilling reminder of the consequences of human choices. With the truth unveiled and the suspect apprehended, Mason's collaboration with Officer Emily Sanchez intensified. Together, they ensured that the wheels of justice turned smoothly, navigating the intricate legal process that would bring closure to the case. The tendrils of their investigation extended to every corner of the frost-covered town, weaving a tapestry of accountability that left no stone unturned. As the days grew shorter and the grip of winter began to loosen its hold on Lincoln, the town emerged from the shadows of deception and into the light of resolution. The events that had unfolded, like cracks in the icy facade, had forever altered the course of lives and the fabric of a community. The frost-covered landscape bore witness to a collective sigh of relief, a shared acknowledgement that the truth had been revealed and justice had been served. The town that had once held its secrets close was now touched by a new spirit of transparency and unity. The layers of deception that had hidden beneath the surface were now replaced by a renewed commitment to openness and trust. The residents of Lincoln were forever changed by the series of events that had unfolded, a reminder that even in the most tranquil of settings, the echoes of crime and mystery could reverberate. Mason, the seasoned detective with a penchant for unraveling mysteries, found himself reflecting on the journey he had undertaken. The threads of the case had woven a complex narrative of motives, secrets, and consequences. As he looked out at the town that had been the backdrop to his investigation, he understood that while the frost may melt and the snow may thaw, the lessons learned would remain etched in the hearts and minds of Lincoln's residents. And so, as winter yielded to spring and the landscape transformed once more, Mason departed from Lincoln, leaving behind a town forever changed by the events that had transpired. The tranquility of the New Hampshire town had been disrupted, but in its wake emerged a community that was stronger, wiser, and bound by the shared experience of facing the depths of human nature and emerging on the other side with a renewed sense of unity and understanding. As this tale concludes, we invite you to like this video and subscribe for more captivating crime mysteries. With your support, we'll continue delving into the shadows, shedding light on the intricate tapestry of human nature. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and remember, the mysteries of tomorrow await your curious mind.